Well, is the board visible?
We can't see the board. You can see that InstaQ share tab.
Okay, okay. Is it visible right now?
Ma'am, it's showing a black screen. So no.
Black. One second. Boy. So many less number of students here. 14, 12, 16, 12 of you, right? Today it's 12 of you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. 11 plus 26. One second, boys. Are you not able to check? Now, is it fine? Is that fine, boys? We are able to see the whiteboard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll start with the same type of numerical. We went for series connection. We'll do the numerical for parallel connection. Copy down the numerical. Right, boys. In a meter bridge, in a meter bridge, the null point is found in a meter bridge. Question boy. In a meter bridge, the null point is found at a distance of 60 centimeter. The null point is found at a distance of 60 centimeter from point A, 60 centimeter from point A if now a resistor of 12 ohms, if now a resistor of 12 ohms, okay, I'll repeat. In a meter bridge, the null point is found at a distance of, just I gave it as 40, sorry, 60, make it 40. A null point is found at a distance of 40 centimeter from point A. If a resistance of 12 ohms, is connected in parallel, with S as shown in the figure, the null point occurs at 50 centimeter from it, 50. The null point occurs at 50 centimeter from A. Find the values of R and S. Draw the diagram, boys. It's a numerical based diagram. You can draw a rough diagram also. So draw the diagram. So in this case,
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, the diagram is given in the question, right?
The diagram will be given in the question.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, the problem is we don't have worksheets right now. I think I would have posted some worksheet in your file section. But tomorrow, I think so, class teacher would have told it will be for everyone, it's remote learning, right? So shall I put previous year question paper and with the marking scheme? Will you check what are the questions that? Okay. Will you be able to solve R? Then you have S and R, 12 ohms. Okay. Will you be able to calculate now? Well, it was R and S. What was your balancing length? So the first one, okay, P by Q. What is the balance condition? P by Q is R by S. What was the balancing length in the first case? L was 40. So this is P is L, Q is 100 minus L. That was equal to R upon S. Now what was what balancing length is 40. So 40 by 60 is equal to R by S. Or I can write 2 by 3 is equal to R upon S. Shall we mark this as equation 1? Okay. Extra class, because we had a schedule. Now they are saying that we cannot force you people for extra class unless it comes from you. So you tell me. If you want board papers to be done, I'll go for board papers. Yes, boss, yes. Not yet. 1 second. The next one. Now, when a resistor 12 ohm was connected in series, now this combination, let it be equal to S dash, right? So what happens in the second case? P by Q, P upon Q must be equal to R by S dash. So now the new balancing length is L dash. So L dash divided by 100 minus L dash will be R divided by S dash. Now what is S dash? Was 1 by S dash is equal to 1 by S plus 1 by 12. So 1 by S dash is 12 plus S by 12S, or I can write S dash is 12S divided by 12 plus S. So what is the value of L dash? It is 50. So 50 upon 50 must be equal to R by 12S divided by 12 plus S. Right? So then 1 is equal to R by S into 12 plus S by 12S. I think you can solve. Can you solve equation 1 and 2? You can substitute for R by S, solve for the value of R, solve for the value of S. Solve for, or else you get an expression for R by S and equate both the equations. Till meter bridge, I'll complete for this chapter. Might be the two or 3 days, whatever is left for PT1, let me complete, and then I'll proceed with potentiometer. That's the only topic that is left in this chapter to get completed. So on Sunday and Monday, I'll be able to complete all your PT1 portions. So thereafter, I'll continue with potentiometer. So what is the value of R and what is the value of S? Harish? In this class, Harish? Okay. Harish?
Yes, ma'am.
Harish, last year you have, I think for art integrated project, you have submitted the photographs, what you have taken. Can you again resubmit in the folder which was created? Can you send that?
The
For the
last year's
science
thing was
activity.
deleted, so I can't.
No, but you might be having the file with you, right?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Where do you want me to send it?
Okay, then can you put that in the folder? Your work experience. Have you? When is your work experience class? Tomorrow.
Ma'am, if you want me, I can mail it to you.
Okay, you can mail. That's better. You just mail that to me.
Yes.
Anyone else in this class? Last year you have done art integrated project where you had the photography session. No, I remember Harish was doing it. Have you taken any pictures from natural phenomenon last year? Yeah, you can get any picture of natural phenomenon, whatever you have taken, right? Sometimes this that is how it is. You whatever pictures you have taken. Yes, poster will be done in work experience class. Poster making tomorrow. That ma'am will. I've told your computer science ma'am to carry on. But I want, if you have taken any pictures related to, might be rainbow or whatever it is, explain the physics or chemistry or whatever it is, explain the science behind it, and just one. Send it to my mail, or else you can upload in physics file section. I'll take it up. Okay, I'll create a folder. Okay, I'll create. Okay. Now I'll be sending. I have sent mails to you, right? Yeah. So the picture. Otherwise, what I'll do is for pictures, I will just put a folder. So all the photographs which you have taken. I think you might have lots of photographs. Your right. Wherever you can explain anything related to science, explain and send, boys. I think you people can do that. What's the value of R and S? This one, no? Right?
Ma'am,
Is it negative?
ma'am, the denominator is supposed to be 12, right? In the second equation. Like you have taken the S common. So it's supposed to be 12 plus 5 by 12.
Sorry. This S, right? What is the value of R? R is 4 ohms. S is 6 ohms. Completed, boys? Shall I go for the next one? We'll do slightly different type of numerical in capacitors. So as this chapter goes on, I'll be doing some few numericals from your previous chapter. Shall I go for the next one, or you need time, boys? R is 4 ohms, S is 6 ohms. Shall I switch over? Copy down. Copy down discussion, boys. First draw the diagram, then I'll dictate the.
Previous numerical R is 4, right?
Yes.
For the previous numerical R is 4.
R is 4, yes.
Yeah.
For the previous numerical, the value of R is 4 ohms, S is 6 ohms. Now draw this combination of capacitors, and let me know what type of combination is this. You have three capacitors, right? One of the plates of three capacitors was this. You have three capacitors. One plate of all the capacitors is a flat plate. The other plates of the capacitors are in the form of a stair-like structure, right? You have to find the total combination of all these three capacitors. Only thing is that you have to identify whether this is a series combination or a parallel combination. That will come back. So just draw this. So the distance between the plates for the first capacitor is D. The plate area is A upon 3. Clear? So this happens to be capacitor C1. Is that clear, boys? Then you have another capacitor C2. Now this is going to have the same plate area, right? But the distance between its plate, what will be the distance between its plate? 2D, right? Then you have another capacitor, the third one. The distance between its plate is C3. The plate area will be the same. The plate area is the same. Correct? But the height of that is
Ma'am, these are all capacitors.
all three are capacitors, right? What type of combination? If I take the leads from here, if I'm taking a lead from here, what type of combination? Are these capacitors connected in series or parallel? Are these capacitors connected in series or parallel? Boys, please understand. You should know what is a series connection, what is a parallel connection. Now, suppose if I have two capacitors, right? If one plate of the capacitor is directly connected to say the second plate of the capacitors are directly connected, right? Then the first plate of the capacitors are also directly connected. Then you are connecting it to your electrical mains. This type of connections, we call them as parallel connection, right? All the plates, the second plates of both the capacitors are directly connected. The first plate of both the capacitors are directly connected. Nothing is in between them. From the common connection, you are connecting it to your power supply. This is parallel. Now, which is your series connection? Now, look at this. Series connection, the second plate of the first capacitor and the second capacitors are directly connected. Look at the first plate of both the capacitors. The first plate of both the capacitors are not directly connected, but they are connected by means of a power supply. Such connections, we call them as series connection. Whether it is resistors or capacitors, you should know which is a series connection, which is a parallel connection. Parallel connection, both the plates should be directly connected. Again, the other two plates also should be directly connected. In series, one of the plates will be directly connected. The other two plates, extreme plates, will be connected by means of a resistor or any other electrical components, right? Such connection, we call it as series connection. Now, look at this and identify what type of connection are these? C1, C2, C3. Can you identify the lower plates?
No,
Right?
it's series.
Or, okay. Series. This is the lower plate of the first one. I'll put this for the first one. Okay. What about for the second one? Well, this is for the second one. Next one will be for the third one. So how they are connected? So parallel connection. The first plate of C1, the first plate of C2, the first plate of C3 are directly connected. Is that clear, boys? Now we will go for the second plate of C1. the second plate of C1, the second plate of C2, and the second plate of C3 are directly connected. So connection, direct connection. Are you clear? So if this is the case, this is a parallel connection. So right, boys, it's a parallel connection. Okay. Now I have to find the capacitance of all the capacitors. What is the general formula for what for capacitor? General formula for parallel plate capacitor, C is equal to A epsilon naught by D. Now use this formula and apply for all the capacitors. Okay, what is C1? I'll just write for C1. It is A by 3 epsilon naught by D. So what is C1? A epsilon naught by 3D. Then same way, what is C2? C2 will be A by 3 epsilon naught. What is the distance between both the plates for the capacitor 2? 2D. So it becomes equal to A epsilon naught by 6D. Okay, for the third one, C3, it will be A by 3 epsilon naught by 3 times D. So it will be A epsilon naught by 9D. So what is total capacitance? Total capacitance of the circuit, C total will be C1 plus C2 plus C3. Calculate. Calculate, boys. Just let me know whether we have done numerical. I'm just drawing a rough diagram. Let me know whether you have done numerical like this. What? Have I done numerical for you? This way? No, right? Calculate, boys. Calculate. What is the answer? 11? 11 A epsilon naught by 9D. Is that correct, boys? 18, okay. Right, boys. Have you completed? I'll go for the next one. Two identical write the question. Two identical, Jopal, right? Parallel plate capacitor, two identical parallel plate capacitors, C1 and two identical. Now you need time to complete. Boys, you need time to complete the previous one. Two identical parallel plate capacitors, C1 and C2. Having capacitance C each. C, capital C. Two identical parallel plate capacitors C1 and C2 have capacitances C each. Then the space between the plates, when the space between the plates is filled with air, when the space between the plates is filled with air. Okay. Now the space between the plates, now the space between the plates of the capacitors are filled with dielectrics, as shown in the figure. If the two capacitors, as shown in the figure, if the two capacitors still have equal capacitance, obtain the relation between K, K1 and K2. These are all dielectric constant. Now listen, boys. The first part of the question, I draw the diagram. You have two capacitors. Identical capacitors means what? The distance between the plates is.
Can you repeat the last line of the question?
Find the relation between K, the dielectric constants, K, K1 and K2. Find the relation between the dielectric constants K, K1 and K2. Now, I have two parallel plate capacitors, C1 and C2. Both are identical. Means the separation between the plates are the same. The plate area is also going to be the same, and both are filled with air. So C1 is equal to C2, and that is equal to C. That is what it has been specified. So for a parallel plate capacitor, what is the formula for capacitance? It is C is equal to A epsilon naught divided by D. This is the first part. Now the question states that C1 is now completely filled with a dielectric material of dielectric constant K. C2 is now filled with two materials right? One is K1, the other one is K2. Draw this both the diagrams. K1 and K2. Are you clear? Which C2? It's shown in the diagram. That's what they have specified, right? And this distance, so the plate area now becomes A upon 2. This plate area is A. Now, how are you going to do this? So, in capacitors, only thing you have to understand, if the space between the plates is filled with a dielectric medium of capacitance K, the capacitance of the capacitor will increase by K times. Boys, if in a capacitor, air-filled capacitor, if I put a dielectric medium, completely fill it with a dielectric medium, the storing ability of the capacitor will increase by what? By what amount? By the dielectric times your capacitance of the capacitor will increase. Now what about C1? Okay, C1 is equal to A, it is epsilon, right, divided by D. What is epsilon? Epsilon R, or I'll directly put this value. What is the value, boys? Here? It is K times epsilon naught. Whenever you put a dielectric medium, the capacitance will increase by K times. So C1 will be K times A epsilon naught divided by D. Right here, different type of numerical. Okay, now look at this. You have two capacitors. Now C2 has a combination of two capacitors. Now, what type of combination is this? Series or parallel? Parallel combination. Parallel combination. So how will I go for that? I want to find C2. It's a parallel combination of two capacitances. K1, how will I write that? Okay, so shall I write C3 and C4, or will you get it confused? Okay. What is C2 now? What will be C2, boys? C2 becomes equal to, because you have a dielectric medium, K1. Yes. K1. A becomes A by 2, epsilon naught. D will be the same, right? Yeah, next one. Sorry, this is not C. Sorry, I can write. I'll take something else, because if I write C2, then it will be a problem. So this part will have a capacitance. This part will have a capacitance. What about this part? K2, A by 2, epsilon naught by D. So then what is C2? C2 will be combination of these two. K1, A, epsilon naught by 2D plus K2, A, epsilon naught by 2D. Then the condition, what is the condition given? What is the condition given, boys? Both the capacitance are the same. Condition is C1 is equal to C2. Then equate these both. Equate these both. I can mark this as equation 1. I can mark this as equation 2. Just check what is K1 and K2. Yes. What will be K1 and K2? In terms of K, when you are equating these both, what is K? Yeah, correct. Correct. Correct.
K1 plus K2 by K1 plus K2 by 2
equal to K is equal to K. That's it. That's it. Yeah. So can you get the value? Can you equate these both, boys? Equate equations. Equate 1 and 2. And then you will get, you have to get the value. K is half times K1 plus K2. You can have your football. Which one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm having the habit of every time. Just quickly that. Thank you, boss. So will you be able to complete this? Boys, complete all the work.